Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I'm going to ask you 3 things before we get started, and those are to like, share, and leave a comment. So this morning, I'm here in St. Augustine, Florida. I took a little staycation, grabbed me a sailboat, and this is gonna be my life for the next few nights. So what I wanted to share with you, since we're here on the water, is my personal top 10 things that I can never board a cruise ship without. As you know, I love to cruise. And how I compiled this list of my top 10 things that I will not bon voyage without is from just a little trial and error. In retrospect, I remember a few times being on board a cruise ship and having these aw shucks moments where I didn't have something that I wish I had had. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that I never board a cruise ship without, and this might sound a little cliche because it's this COVID-19 pandemic, right? But it is hand sanitizer. Now, on board cruise ships, there are hand sanitizing stations everywhere. The cruise lines promote sanitization and cleanliness and hygiene and things like that, but I like to always have my own and be prepared. So I usually bring 3. The first one I bring is a bigger size one that I keep in my cabin. The second one is one that I carry around with me on board the ship, and also if I'm off the ship doing excursions or shopping or what have you. And the other one I bring is a spray. It's just a small little spritz, and what I do is I spray the remote control down, the telephone, things like that. I'm always confident the stewards do a marvelous job with cleanliness, but it just brings me a little peace of mind. Okay, so the second thing that I never board a cruise ship without is my USB charger. So most of the time in cruise cabins, we have limited access to where we plug our things in, like our hair dryer. Do you like how I put that one first? Like our hair dryer, our cell phone, and oftentimes we're sharing a cabin with at least one other person, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 if we're booking a quad, right? So with all those people and different things to plug in, whether it's a tablet to watch a little Netflix before bed, whatever the case may be, I always bring a USB charger to give me a little bit of extra power. One of the glorious things about cruise lines is that we can check in our baggage all of our toiletries. Yes, the toiletries in your cabin that are offered are wonderful, just like any hotel room, so on and so forth. But whenever I'm flying, I always have to be mindful of the sizes that I'm bringing. But when I check my luggage into a cruise line, this is going to be my home away from home on the high seas. So I always take advantage of this extra luxury of being able to bring my full-size shampoo and my full-size conditioner, my body wash, bar soap, shaving cream, all of that good stuff. For me, it just personally really makes a difference having the things that I use on a daily basis when I'm at home. The fourth thing that I never board a cruise ship without is, of course, my medications, my vitamins, supplements, and first aid. I'm going to include first aid in there. And here's why. So first of all, we always want to travel with our medications if we're taking something important that we need. When I say medications and vitamins, I'm going to go ahead and include things like Advil, Tylenol, things for a headache, something for my tummy if it gets upset. Also, if you are prone to motion sickness, make sure that you're packing something like Bonine or Dramamine or something prescribed by your doctor. Ginger candy and green apples work great, and you can pack those with no questions. The reason why I come prepared with my medications and first aid is because it is super expensive if you get a headache or you need something for pain relief or an upset stomach, or if you get a scrape and just need to clean a cut and put a band-aid on. You're going to pay a lot of money if you have to visit the infirmary. The fifth thing that I never board a cruise line without is cash. Now, I know you all know, if you have ever been on a cruise, that cruise lines are for the most part cashless, so we don't need cash. However, there have been a few situations where I was like, oh my gosh, I need cash. And so these are them. One is the casino. Now, of course, you can use your sail and sign card or your room key if you want to play some games and you don't have cash on you, but it's just easier in my experience. If I want to play some games and have a good time in the casino, I bring some cash and I use that. I also have cash for gratuity, tipping. So I also leave a little bit extra for my room steward because he or she always does a fantastic job. I've never been disappointed and they work so hard. My waiter, who has taken care of myself and all of my friends who have traveled with me, also do a wonderful job. So I always make sure to take care of him or her as well. Lastly, when I'm in port, there's some places where I just want to use cash, whether it be to purchase some souvenirs or to do a little shopping, have lunch, or again, tip my excursion host or anybody who's taking me on an adventure. I always make sure that I just have a little cash so that I can make their day more enjoyable by showing my appreciation. The sixth thing I'm going to talk about is clothing and attire. Now, of course, we're going to pack things that we can wear because we don't want to walk around the cruise line naked. But the thing is, no matter what time of year it is, there's going to be evenings where it gets a little chilly or windy outside on the deck on my cruise ship. So I'm always going to make sure that I have a hoodie or some sort of sweatshirt. I love formal nights, so I always pack a pair of slacks, some nice shoes, a button-up shirt, so that I can enjoy the elegance of that evening. While we're on the topic of clothing and attire, please don't forget your bathing suit and wear comfortable shoes, because when you're at port, you don't know what to expect. You might be doing a lot of walking, you never know. So just bring a pair of comfortable shoes. Although most cruise lines do offer select beverages for free, such as water on board, perhaps iced tea, lemonade, coffee, I do bring some of my favorites. Many cruise lines do allow you to bring 1 or 2 items, whether it's a 12-pack of canned soda, juice, sparkling water, and of course you can always bring a bottle of wine or champagne. Just check with your cruise line. So I often take advantage of this and bring either my favorite sparkling water in a 12-pack of cans, or maybe some Diet Coke if I get that craving for a soda. And I just simply keep them in my refrigerator in my cabin. If you are going to bring those things on board, you might want to add in a thermos, so you can walk around with your wine, your champagne, your soda, or your juice. It's always handy. So for those of you that know me, I never wear a watch. I always rely on my cell phone for the time. However, things can get a little bit tricky when it comes to ship time and real time. So for those reasons, I do wear a watch when I am going on a cruise. This just helps me to have more peace of mind, especially when I'm at port, and I want to make sure that I have an adequate amount of time to get back to the ship before it leaves, because the ship will not wait for you. It will not wait for you.
It will not wait for you.
Depending on the length of my cruise, the 9th thing that I always bring with me is a book, or even an ebook on a tablet. So make sure you grab your favorite book, even some magazines, anything that you want to be able to enjoy while you're relaxing and getting some rest. Okay, so we've reached number 10, and I like to call number 10 the AAA. An adventurous mind, your attitude, and your appetite. I always like to board a cruise ship with an open mind. Boarding a cruise ship with an adventurous mind is just going to make your vacation the best that it can be. This is a time to unwind, to have fun, to relax, to socialize, to see new things, and just be free. Attitude also goes a long way. I always make sure that I bring my good attitude so that I'm able to keep my positivity up and have a great time and not stress about anything, because I'm on vacation, right? If you haven't ever been on a cruise, there is always food. So you want to make sure that you bring your appetite, because if you're like me, I take advantage of the buffets, all of the wonderful cuisines, room service, even lattes at the coffee bars. Alright, so we've reached the end of my video. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you have learned something from this. As I said, if you have any comments or would like to add something in this wealth of knowledge that we have going on, feel free to comment. Alright folks, again, please like my channel, please subscribe, please comment, share. I'll see you next time. Bon voyage!